Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1972, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. In 1993, Michael Jackson gave his first television interview in 14 years to which talk show host? Oprah Winfrey. Which iconic character, played by Robert Englund, haunts teenagers' dreams in a classic horror film series? Freddy Krueger. Which college, founded by royal charter in 1693, is the second oldest in the United States? The College of William and Mary. Who was the Republican Party's first presidential candidate, nominated in 1856? John C. Fremont. Which craft uses a hook needle to create fabric and takes its name from the French word for hook? Crochet. What is the name of the second letter of the Greek alphabet, commonly used in finance and science to denote a variable or coefficient? Beta. In which country did the Velvet Revolution of November 1989 take place? Czechoslovakia. Who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979? Mother Teresa. Under pre-decimal British currency, how many half-crowns made up 1 pound? 8. Which mythical bird is said to be reborn from its own ashes? Phoenix. What flavor is the liqueur amaretto? Almond. Which hereditary disorder is often called the royal disease? Hemophilia. What iconic TV series featured a trio of private detectives, one of whom was portrayed by Jaclyn Smith? Charlie's Angels. Which TV sitcom originally starred Michael J. Fox as a deputy mayor and later featured Charlie Sheen after Fox left the series? Spin City. What item was stolen from Stanley Gibbons Stamp Company's exhibition at Westminster Central Hall on March 20th, 1966, and later found by David Corbett's dog Pickles under a hedge on March 27th? Answer: the Jules Rimet Trophy, the original FIFA World Cup trophy. Which Renaissance artist painted the Sistine Madonna, famous for its depiction of the Virgin Mary holding the Christ child? Raphael. Which actor, best known for playing bus driver Ralph Cramden on The Honeymooners, was also a talented musician and comedian who greatly influenced television comedy? Jackie Gleason. Which iconic television series about undercover police officers posing as high school students featured Holly Robinson as a key character? 21 Jump Street. What kinds of astronomical systems does the Hubble sequence classify based on their visual appearance? Galaxies. Which group of elements do cerium, praseodymium, and promethium belong to? Answer: lanthanides, rare earth elements. Shiraz is a variety of which fruit used to make wine? Grape. Which founding father is often credited with inventing the dumbwaiter? Thomas Jefferson. Who was the father of Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi? Jawaharlal Nehru. Which country hosted the 2022 FIFA World Cup? Qatar. Which Shaggy song features a narrative about infidelity and a humorous denial of wrongdoing? It Wasn't Me. What term describes pearls that are irregularly shaped rather than perfectly round, often prized for their unique forms? Baroque. In which film did Rex Harrison play a doctor who could talk to animals? Dr. Dolittle. In the context of innovation and technology, what do the initials R&D commonly stand for? Research and development. Which earlier amendment to the U.S. Constitution was repealed by the 21st Amendment? The 18th Amendment. What term describes a signal that varies continuously in time and amplitude, as opposed to a digital signal? Analog. In the medieval Italian conflict between the Ghibellines and the Guelphs, which authority did the Guelphs typically support? The Pope. Which silent film actor, famous for playing cowboys, was a prominent advocate for preserving the American West in the early 20th century? William S. Hart. What is the modern name of the American city that was formerly called Yerba Buena? San Francisco. Which Philadelphia widow is traditionally credited with sewing the first Stars and Stripes, the American flag, in 1776? Betsy Ross. Which soft drink company, founded in 1886, is known for its iconic red and white branding and for a secret formula that remains one of the world's most closely guarded trade secrets? Coca-Cola? Which female U.S. Supreme Court justice was known for her strong advocacy for gender equality and civil rights? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Which fictional Connecticut town is the primary setting of the television series Gilmore Girls, which follows the lives of a mother and daughter? Stars Hollow. By what personal name was Emperor Showa known during his lifetime? Hirohito. Which musical instrument commonly features a whammy bar? Electric guitar? What phrase was adopted as the official motto of the United States in 1956? In God We Trust? In Egyptian mythology, Nut, also spelled Nuit or Nuth, is the goddess of what? The sky. A cubit, an ancient unit of length, was originally based on the distance between which 2 points on the human body. The length of the forearm from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger. What is the elemental symbol for the metal, also known as quicksilver? G. Which Canadian city was historically known as Bytown? Ottawa. Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical was the first to be adapted into a feature film? Jesus Christ Superstar. In the classic dish beef Wellington, the beef is typically wrapped in what before baking? Puff pastry. Which actress won an Academy Award for her role in the classic film On the Waterfront? Eva Marie Saint. Which sport is governed by the Marquess of Queensberry rules? Boxing. What is the term for a fear of fish? Ichthyophobia. Which celestial object has a solid nucleus surrounded by a glowing coma and often develops a long tail when it nears the sun? Comet. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.